and they can look at otterception while you tell people about it, and while you work out that it's the year 1300. Great ships do not set sail, etc. I now have the small problem that I'm never going on crusade again, because I'm the wrong religion. What religion is my heir? My heir is Cathar. Okay. Right, and we are busy waiting for our threat to decay until it's time to go and do something like fight some people, and I'm not, because I'm very good going to take advantage of everyone needing the defensive pact. Ooh, the travels of Marco Polo. The Venetian merchant Marco Polo has finally returned to Europe after many years of travel in the Far East with his father and uncle. An account of their journey has been published as The Travels of Marco Polo, describing, among other things, the distant lands of Cathay and Manji. Readers are provided a rare glimpse of the world beyond Europe, but there are those who discount the entire chronicle as a fabrication. A stunning tale nonetheless. Oh, that's nice, dear.
Let's get this. Looks like the last video ends in 1287. I lost 2 years, so definitely 1287. I'll take that one at least.
Oh, my ear thinks it's 1300. And I am streaming something, yes? It is being recorded and...
I think so, yes.
Okay.
Someone's watching, so...
Okay, that's a good sign.
Pink Beast is bestreamed. Hello, Pink Beast. Yes.
The Mongol Empire has kind of shrunk a bit and is now mostly around the Black Sea and the Caspian Sea.
No, there are two past streams with the wrong titles. That's what's going on.
Right.
That one will be 1287 to 1300.
Ooh, one things I can do while I'm waiting for people to... Right, I still don't have any prisoners to ransom. Fair enough. How are we doing on factions? We are still working on the Independence faction.
Cool, we've got 3 subscribers now.
Gosh.
Only another 99,997, and YouTube will give us a silver plaque for our war.
It's going to take a while, isn't it? I mean, even with exponential growth, it'll take a while. I mean, you'd have to work out the doubling period, which is very slow. But you could probably do that now. Right. So I still have a claim on the Duchy of Capua, which is still part of England. But England is quite big and scary. And also I have a truce with them, almost certainly. Pisa is very substantial. I think that's happened in a couple of games that we've had fairly substantial Pisas at some point. Clearly there is something very favourable about how my game has gone for Pisa. So the thing that intrigues me about my Cathar thing is it says no crusade calls, but there's no clue about how I can get a crusade.
I don't think you can, because you don't have a leader. As in, I don't think Catharism can have crusades, because Catharism is intrinsically lacking in a Pope equivalent.
Yes.
So yes, no crusade has been called, but there's kind of a reason for that.
It's true. The thing is, I've got a vassal Bishop Jita. Hang on, I should ask him to convert. Because he's the Bishop of Albi. And obviously, the Bishop of Albi You are my granddaughter. Okay, I'm going to marry you to the King of Georgia. Because this sounds like a lie. Well, people joining the Defence Pact again, that's good. Right. I now don't have a problem with my bishops being the wrong religion. None of my direct vassal bishops anyway. Because now the Bishop of Albi has become Cathar. What is a Cathar? Bishop Julien of Albi. Right. Let's make the lights flash a little bit faster while I'm waiting for my threat to decay. So what other fettling can we do? Let's just check our revolt status. Researching comment. You're studying technology. How are we doing in terms of actually getting some advances? Lots of people joining the Defensive Pact. I don't have to worry about squidging my legalism up because I now have the correct gender for doing things. Let's see if we can squeeze up to medium crown authority. Right, let's... An old tailor in Bordeaux once worked as a spy master. I've forgotten which series that was when you went into the tailor's shop and everything happened. I've completely... Yes. Where you walk into a tailor's shop and then... Yes. As I visit the tailor in his modest shop, the harmless looking little man feigns ignorance, and for a moment you wonder if you have the wrong person. He kindly turns to fetch you some tea, but then suddenly, before you can react, he is standing behind you with a knife at his throat. At your throat, rather. Who sent you? He hisses into your ear. No one. I only wish to learn from you. The old man does not look convinced. I could put this on the TV if there was a remote anywhere near me. After questioning you, the old man is finally satisfied that you're not here there to kill him. He grudgingly agrees to teach you some of his tricks if you promise to keep the secret of his past to yourself. Agree. You begin your training. I assume it's also riffing off The Tailor from Panama, which is a Le Carré novel. I think it's one... Oh no, I didn't find that one very good, but I didn't find it as totally insufferable as the Constant Gardener, which just nothing happened. Right. Let's flatter my wife. Vice Ren, thingy. Damn it. It's not the correct thing. Let's put my Marshal researching military tech on the grounds that I'd like some. We're only 17.3% threatening.
God, I knew she was going to think I want to watch K-pop CD unboxing videos.
Aha! I've learnt from the old spy master and I have gained 2 intrigue. Thus fulfilling my ambition. I now have no valid ambitions to pick. That was hilarious. I got a marriage offer from someone in the Norwegian Revolt. Only I think the Norwegian Revolt got cancelled before I could agree to it. That's a relatively healthy looking set of figures. Haven't seen anything that good for a while. Gain 1 intrigue from her. Right. I really need there to be no revolts in my territory. Oh dear, something's happened to my spy marker. Possibly an unfortunate incident in Constantinople. Wow. We have a nice... That's a fantastic number. 27. Wow. Fortunately you love me. Let's get you studying technology. Let's get you studying technology in Florence. Hopefully no one will kill you there. Army is my son, but he's like my 800th son. Okay, someone's declared a pedant revolt. We'd rather pedantically say, oh no, not again. No. Jihad for Arabia. They're trying
to try that recently.
Yeah, they're trying to take. Well, this I think it's different, but they're trying to take Egypt back. I'm not sure how well this is going to work. Probably don't really need 10,000 troops to crush a peasant revolt. I just had the wrong sized army in the wrong place. But that's pretty comprehensively squashed. Release the otter. Yeah, this is a great point for the Aquitanian dynasty, but, you know, I really should find a way of being able to invest in public education. There's another pedant revolt. Teutonic Order. Blah blah. Right. Frontier of Sicily. State. Right, off we go. Let's march our guys into Poitou. Right, good. I managed not to make my granddaughter cruel, which is probably for the best on a good day. Well, there we go again. Release the otter with a little note that says stoat. Converting some more places to Catharism. So let's have a little look. Don't zoom out, zoom out. Ooh, all of my holdings in southern England are Cathar. A couple of places in Ireland are. That's it, but you know, that's a start. Ooh, I got over 1,000 money, that's quite good. Right. Oh, a 13% threatening. Oh, something's happened to my steward. New steward. Okay, I think 19 is an acceptable number for a steward. Let's make my son a steward. And let us get him researching economy deck and improving the economic outlook for Aquitaine with its Catharness. Duchess Eliza the Bold has declared witch and holy war for Bedford on King Geoffrey the Wise of Sicily. I can only assume that Bedford is held by Sicily.
Well, presumably, yes.
Yes. Eystein of the Orkneyan Revolt has declared Orkneyan civil war on the Duke of Orkney. The Duke of Orkney that I painstakingly converted to Catharism. The bastard. The problem is, well, there's internal revolts like that. I can't change my succession laws, which is a bit of a pain. Okay, this is a bit of a tricksy one. I've got Yassar, vice friend of Galicia Volhynia, but she's craven. So that negates her otherwise totally splendid martial skill.
Usually that would make them someone a good candidate for being marshal, because
Yes, because
Because
then...
you can't use her as a commander, but
Yes, excuse me.
but on the other hand, it means you can keep her doing useful things because you can't use her as a commander. There's no point putting her in. Well, there's not much point putting her.
I
in
don't seem to be able to put
If she
her...
has the correct religion.
I could put her in as commander, but I couldn't. Let's whoops, let's...
Yes.
So, I didn't mean to do that. Oh well. Yeah, so she's Cathar. So I should be able to... Can't see why I can't.
I don't know of a reason why you shouldn't be able to appoint her. I'm not quite sure how you can get the system to tell you why you won't appoint her.
Yes. Possibly because she's currently my Chancellor, but I think something's happened to squash her diplomacy. Right, anyway, let's fire her.
Oh right, she's your Chancellor. Yes, that's
Let's-
obviously what you can't appoint her as.
Let's fire her as Chancellor. Putting in Tylo thingy. Let's appoint her as Marshal. Let's appoint a new commander, which will be my former Marshal. Right, so... Right, so she can go to research military technology, and we don't let her lead armies on account of the fact that this is a terrible idea. Only 5 years to decay to 0%, but I don't need it to decay to 0%. I just need it to decay to less than 5%. And then I can work out who I want to go to war with. Other than, anyone that will stand still long enough. Leonie's war for things, claim France, whatever. Black Death, where's the epidemic? Map, so... My son has become known as the Gentle. He's still kind of hopeless. Extremely hopeless, really. Well, the epidemics map is a bit depressing, isn't it?
So if there's anyone you need to kill, give them a job that requires them to go to Western Spain.
Yeah, or southern France, northern Italy. I mean, slow fever is less Unfortunately, I can't think of a way to send my son to Spain.
Appoint him as your spy master, send him to research technology. Appoint him as a commander and send a small army down there to sit around doing nothing.
Very small army. That seems strategically unwise. Because then all the army will bring back the plague when I disband it. Well, my bishop has got slow fever, so, hooray, I guess. I think we've got enough money to build the wing of theology. So I think we should build a wing of theology. Blasphemous pagan. This is very confusing. Right, someone likes my zealotry. Jolly good. I'm not sure I like my zealotry as such. Who are you? Whose grandson? My least useless daughters. Yeah, let's betroth you to her. That's a thing. Let's assign me a guardian. I mean, she's got excellent martial skill, but wow, look at those thingies. She's possessed, which at least doesn't do anything to children. She's lustful, she's wroth, she's slothful, she's proud, she's gluttonous, she's greedy, she's gregarious.
No, I don't think
She's ambitious, zealous, craven, a scholar, homosexual, fat, and somewhere under there she's a charismatic negotiator.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's only got 6 of the 7 deadly sins.
Give her time.
She's missing bashful.
Unfortunately, the numbers are in the bottom right corner, which means you can't see them when you've got that many.
Yeah.
So I can't immediately see what she's missing. Is it lustful she's missing?
She might be missing lust. No, she's got lustful. Wrath, lust, sloth, pride, gluttony, greed, ambition, zealotry. She's not cruel. She is craven. Let's sort out one of my many grandchildren. Right. Successful jihad, cursed infidels. Well, it's possible that we're all about to drop off our purchase from the Black Death, which is, well, my meant to be researching technology. Now I suppose you were researching technology, you just, were incompetent about it. Fair enough. Well, well, my court is busy contracting the Black Death. Perhaps before this happened I should have got all of my main staff to go elsewhere, but doing it now would just cause me to spread the plague across Europe, and I am not a total plague rat. Look how unplagued Portugal is now, though. So you're the only son of the current heir. Well, hopefully he won't snuff it. Not that he's... Oh no, he's got 2 sons. Not that he's great anyway. Or is that because he's... Okay, that's because, like, all of his numbers are squashed. But... Oh, he has snuffed it. And there we are. Wow. You could do that. Oh, that's probably... Right, well, let's assign you a guardian. Nah. None of you are very good. It's time to go shopping. I don't need to restrict my gender now. It's great. Admittedly, at the moment, the top-rated state is a man, so I would like to put it anyway. But we now have equal opportunity states. .7% threatening. Right. Right. Now we just have to work out what that's done for my succession. Because the wrong person died. Oh dear. I'm down a commander of Aquitaine again. Everybody's still hopeless. And the Black Death sweeps east across Europe. Good, we nicked some more technology from Florence. And the machine. Cheering up Shetland. And we need a lot of stuff to do there. Right, well, I don't think anything particularly good is going to happen. While I wait. My Chancellor, who loves me, is supporting elective succession in Aquitaine. I mean, part of me's Can I even implement elective succession of my own accord? No. And part of me is going to say, okay, I will just like deal with it. Oh dear, something's happened to my chaplain. Oh dear, let's see if we can get someone who's slightly better than that. Yes, we can. Let's hire the court chaplain from Nidaros and invite him over here and go, so would you like to join the largest Cathar realm? As my chancellor. To which it turns out the answer is yes. Let's at least try and convert Bordeaux. That was quick work.
Well, yes.
Yes. I know, the problem is when they're in Bordeaux they spend ages converting my court. But, oh yeah?
I think the probabilities of the two made you dependent, so that it...
Oh dear, we didn't get Bedford. How very disappointing. Not sure why we want Bedford, except the poles of the earth are there.
Yes, if one of your vassals is in a war, you can generally take it over without activating defensive pacts. So if they seem to have started a war that they look like losing, but that you could win.
Yes, I didn't think that was the case. I was slightly surprised there. Where are we at? 6.6%. Ooh. Apparently, I can usurp the Sultanate of Portugal. That's a kingdom, isn't it? That's a kingdom. I can usurp the kingdom. Well, I think I should usurp the kingdom of Portugal.
Well, I mean, that only gets you the crown, but...
Yeah, but, you know... Well, there is a really dodgy connection somewhere in this cable. Right. Yoink.
Well, okay, it sometimes shatters existing realms, of course. You probably want to hand that out as a viceroyalty somewhere.
Yes. So, you don't like me. Why don't you like me? Heretic, foreigner, crown authority. You do like me, but you're currently getting minus 20 because you like the Kingdom of Leon. Or Portugal, rather. You're Bragantha. You actually have a positive rating of me, but only just. And you're the Sheikh of Garda. I think I should probably give it to my Chancellor to offset that. Minus 20 and to deal with all of his pesky little...
Also, that has a nice thing that when he passes on Leon, you get back the duchies that are de jure part of Portugal.
Indeed. Elective succession in Aquitaine is still a bit of a problem. I just gave you a thing. Leave the sodding conspiracy. I mean, I can see why you have a problem with my heir. Because let's face it, I have a problem with my heir. And...
But unfortunately, while his son dropped dead of the Black Death, he didn't.
Yes. You know, and I thoroughly endorse the idea that maybe you should go out there and cause my son to be a dead son, on the grounds that I think he's useless too. I can't do anything about that.
I feel silly complaining about this with you. Giving you a shoe. see it was very brief some time ago and you didn't want to dab and thing.
I didn't hear it or I wasn't paying attention because I was a snooze state.
Well, we probably cooked a bit more.
Oh dear. Right. Right. You look like a nice backstabbing state. Let's invite you to court. Ooh, there's a message about arranged marriage. Despot of Serbia, Caesar of the Byzantine Empire. Okay, let's do that. It sounds like a laugh. Ooh, any second now it'll be safe to go to war. Well, I say safe, you know. Dangerous only in the pre-approved ways. Oh dear, one of my daughters has died of the plague. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to notice, given like how many children I have. To be honest, I had completely forgotten I had a daughter with that name until I got a message saying, by the way, she's dead, Dave.
You haven't got a daughter with that name.
Yeah. Well, not anymore. So, the Queen of Poland has contracted the Black Death. Well, that's entertaining. Right, well, I'm swapping prestige for piety. Well, I've got a good deal of both, so I don't really mind very much. You are one of my grandchildren. You're not a particularly promising grandchild. I could surely find someone to marry who isn't like 40 years old. Ooh, we're down below 5% threat. So, do we have any good claims? Do I have anything I can give away? I have Narbonne, of course, now. So I can give away a county. And there are a couple of kingdoms on this list. Excellent, this is brilliant timing. Right, hang on. Before we look at that list, we should look at our thing. Right, we have basically 30,000 troops and not really any money for spending on that kind of thing. So Estonia is a very good possibility. Maghreb. I mean, Estonia is pretty tiny. Maghreb is rather larger. Right, let's just check that I can in fact land her.
Ask her to convert first.
I may need to what?
Ask her to convert first.
Well, that could be a bit of a problem. I can't ask her to convert.
She's not in your court, right? Yes. And she's yes. And she's married to someone in another court.
Yes. Right,
And
let's
therefore
zip
she won't come
round
to your court.
and see if we
You
can.
might ask her current liege to convert and hope it gets propagated downwards, but
So Estonia is currently pretty tiny.
note, of course, you may have some strong claims from your
Yes.
vassals. She similarly is Catholic and in another court.
Right. The problem is I don't know of a good way of getting up strong claims.
I think there's somewhere in the ledger that actually gives you, or do that only give you your personal claims?
Levies, religions, characters, my dynasty, direct vassals, or vassals, court, possible inheritances.
Right. I think those are all of your claimants, and I'd expected that some of those claims would have green lines around them to indicate that they're strong claims, but
So would I, but I can't see any. I mean, equally there are clearly like
so can you click on the names in order to bring up the person?
No.
That would be too helpful.
Yes. Well, let's just click through and see if we can find somewhere that's not like a county. So he got a claim on a duchy.
I don't know what that mouse over text is doing. Because it is in no way related to what you're currently looking at.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, yes, that is would actually be probably a usable claim.
Yeah. Except I can't go to war against France at the moment because I've almost certainly got a truce with them. So
Conveniently, of course, these get you the current leaders at the top.
yes. No. Probably not. No. It's probably more efficient just to click on nearby things that I think I want to go to war with and see if I've got any good claims. He's only got weak claims gum.
So you currently have a truce with France.
I'm just about to go and check this. Franconia is an independent kingdom. Do I have any good claims? No. Damn. It was worth checking. Don't currently have a thing. I can go to war for Flanders, which is a tiny bit pathetic as counties go. So I've got like 30,000 troops. England is looking kind of feeble right now. But basically all I've got is holy war claims, which is irksome. I can't seem to land my courtier, even though she's a Cathar.
What's your inheritance law?
Oh yeah, of course my current inheritance law is
Right, I think that means that you
can't do that until I can change my inheritance law. I just like to point out this is very convenient. So Sicily then. Sicily. Unfortunately I have a truce with the King of Sicily.
Yes, you need absolute cognatic at least. Previously unrounded.
So I could hurly roll my way to that duchy, which has the advantage of being a single county. So that is possible to blitzkrieg.
Yes. I was wondering whether you could do something similar in Ireland, but like here's perfectly good text for it, and you'll probably be quite quick. Because like you've got a lot of, I think you've got a lot of tiny neighbours in Ireland.
Yeah.
Appreciate being squashed, and you could like declare war against all of them at once, so that they can't help one another. Oh look, where's an island now?
Or I can declare war against France for Bruges, for Flanders.
Not very much.
It's not very much, is it? So as soon as my vassals stop fighting each other, I might be able to change my kingdom law to absolute quadratic to allow me to give titles to women. God damn it! How scary are the Musavids? Not actually that scary. Just trying to see if there's anyone that isn't a woman that's able to get a duchy. No.
So is Margaret in the set of ones you can't do because it's the person you want who has a
Well, if I want the whole
crown?
kingdom, yes.
Right, yes, okay.
Or I can claim a county.
Yeah, yeah. Not sensible to go to war against Margaret, but
No.
I think if you want tiny bits of territory, the Holy War the whole of Ireland, or at least most of Ireland.
Well, I can only, I think, declare one holy war and then the others will come and complain at me.
No, because unlike a defensive pact, holy wars don't activate all the allies automatically.
Right.
So as long as you declare the wars roughly simultaneously, they won't have enough time to call in their allies.
Yeah.
So I think you can start lots of holy wars at once. I mean, there's obviously a slight danger, but the more you start, the more troops you need to be able to siege them before the English arrive.
7,000.
And you have the problem that your vassal troops will all have terrible morale the moment you raise them.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is if I holy war all of them, that's 10,000.
Right, yeah, rather a lot
That's-
of troops you need to get to Ireland. Yeah,
Yes.
okay, that's not actually feasible.
If I do that, I can only take... Ooh, do I have a claim against Scotland for anything good? No. And
I assume there aren't any rulers around of rare religions that you can holy war. A fairly small remover patch there, but I don't know. You are adjacent to them. So
which
might
I
be something
am
to do with that.
adjacent to.
Sure, it's a good plan. Right?
So, I assume those are basically all the remover chiefs nearby, basically.
Well, those are
Those
his
is
vassals,
tribals, yes.
because if you're a tribal
Yeah.
ruler, you don't raise levies from your vassals, you call them in as allies
Yes.
under some circumstances, if you have a low enough.
And so that's more like 4,000 troops than
Probably about that.
2,000.
And the neighbours are liable to join in.
Yes. Well, I could do that, because I can get an initial strike force in probably quickly, support it fairly quickly from down here, and I can ship more people in. I can ship a lot of people in. Let's sit back there. And actually, it'll probably only be those two neighbours, because although some of the territory of Lithuania is remover, they won't join in because I think their ruler's not removen. If I nip back to... I know Lithuania is part of remove.
They're all solid.
Yeah, okay. How many people does Lithuania have?
Again, yes, tribal, so that's
Yeah.
not really the real number, but like, the numbers are all fairly small.
Well, let's give it a go. I can always, abandon ship.
Of course, the slight problem is that because you're Cathar, you won't get it. You're unlikely to get many allies. But, right, they might turn up. I think theoretically your vassals can join the war.
Yes, they can. Right, let's just raise everybody. Ships. Insert in ship. This will also give me a port on the Baltic coast, which would be nice. Oh my god, my Spanish guys actually managed to raise their troops near the coast.
I think he may have moved his capital to the capital of Portugal when you granted him the...
No, he was already there.
Oh, okay.
Slightly confusingly. No, I don't want that. What I want is to raise my local liege levy fleets. I do wish that my Duchess of the Witcher would manage to move her capital to the coast.
Mhm.
Because it is very inconvenient having to mess around all the time to get her to march all her troops to the relevant locations. Right, let's go. Let's find out what a terrible idea this is. Well, I've got a new King of Poland, that's exciting.
This you might get a Baltic port.
Yes. Yes, that's what I was saying. If I get this, it'd be very nice. So yes, they're calling their best mates into the wall. So that's there. Okay, that county has incredibly low supply limits.
Mm-hmm.
Let's besiege this tribe. It does. So if that won't get squashed, they get squashed. I think that's my opinion there. Yes.
It looks as though you may only actually get the northern half of Presidia, bizarrely.
Yeah, well, you know, it's still... So it gives me a fourth. Okay. We won the Battle of Belts, even though I wasn't really trying to. glue. My god. That's a huge tribe. But that's fine, I have more people going there. Oops. Right, there we are. Oh, I can't do that just yet. Anyway, my plan is to win a battle, win a siege, and then go and battle that lot that are sitting in. I'll possibly just sit here for a while and besiege everything.
Winning by 100% occupation will not be hard.
I don't get any
I think
good
you're selecting the army to the south as well. You selected the army to the south again.
Right. Okay, there we go. Right. Religion is very inconvenient. Let's make time go a little bit faster. Aha. Right, that has got us 14% war score. Let's wait a little bit. Right, Jesus' whispers have become more frantic of late. He is worried that Satan has corrupted his words through his agents at the various ecumenical councils. He has asked me to seek out the good news that Philip brought so that I can understand the true role of Mary. I will do as our Lord commands.
Right.
Good. I'm just going to point out that so I think you should go there. Manfred is one of my guys who speak Butch. Okay, off we go. Right. Got me 99% more score.
Is it worth sending those 6,000 people to join that battle?
Yes. Oh dear, someone's contracted the Black Death. That's the problem with coming over here, is of course that the plague was moving eastwards. And, yeah. %100% more score. Right, release the otter.
No, you got the whole lot.
I got the whole lot. That's quite nice. Excuse me, let's wait for the carrier pigeon to make it there. And you lot can come in and dock at this handy fleet. Okay, we're back up to elective succession in Aquitaine, but you know, like, if you present me with an ultimatum, oh, I can create the Duchy of Pruthenia. Nah. Can't be bothered. Well, that's whacked my threat up a lot again. Wrong type of holding it to mean. Right, well, if I can find anyone to give
There may be a plan to rapidly declare another holy war before the defensive pact sets up, like on one of your new neighbours.
like, yeah.
Obviously you can't do it until you, if you've got any armies left raised.
I've only got ships raised.
Right.
Let's say they've got probably 8,000 troops. Let's see if I've got anyone I can promote to commander. I can't. Let's at least get the usual invite out. I can't take the whole lot. I can either take one county or 2 counties. I'm not very convinced by that.
Is that tiny place just south available? I holy war, Lonza. Oh right, that's actually
Part of Suomi.
which might be a bit, yes, might not want to try to do it with that.
Yeah. What about Beresti? So that's about 4,000, so yeah. It's not so big. And it would get me a duchy.
Technically, it only gets you all of the territory in the duchy. So
Well, yeah, but it will get me the territory within the duchy, but then I can, you know, either opt to maybe create the duchy or something.
only if it gets you enough territory in the duchy.
Yeah.
It gets you the territory in the duchy that is currently held by
Yes.
that count. Like it gets you that count.
Yes.
So it's essentially equivalent to having a claim on the county. So, yes, you're not adjacent to Lithuania itself.
Not currently, not unless I take though Sedovia.
So, yes, one of those that Sudovia might be useful as a stepping stone to Lithuania.
Yeah. But it's got like 8,000 troops, and now I'm down to 25,000 troops. I feel that discretion is the better part of valour. I have been, you know, somewhat aggressive of late. What I can do is spend a brief moment to see if there are any weak claims, in case I've got anything that I can... Because now, of course, I can, if I've got... Giving away a barony for a duchy or something doesn't seem terrible. Like, I could land, or I could in fact not land him and help him get a Duchy of Croatia, which is conveniently not very far from some of my territory. I am inclined to go after Duchy in Croatia because it's less scary. Right, let's go after the Duchy of Croatia. So let's just raise all of my troops, equal opportunity, pissing people off. Got a small problem that currently all of my ships are
Still
there,
coming to dock.
but that's fine. What I can do is get everyone marching towards the coast, so that I can collect them. Do I have any spare ships that I didn't raise? And are they big enough to take anyone anywhere? So everyone who's not already on the coast is making their way towards the coast. Oh, right, we're back into defensive territory. Right. Let's disband my fleet. Right, let's try and raise some fleets. Insert you into a fleet. And let's ship you off to Croatia. Insert you on a ship. Ship you off to Croatia. Stick you on a ship. Off to Croatia. Right, now everyone else needs to do a little bit of walking to get to the right place. look, everyone's joined the defensive pact against me for some reason. No idea what it is. Let's insert that. Glue you lot together. Insert on ship. Go to Croatia. So I think what I'll do is I'll do this war and then maybe stop for the night, but I'll maybe let some time pass. But then I can let basically my levies recover and my threat go down, which will, help my ability to go to war with people. So many ships. Everyone's joined the defensive pact against me. Woohoo! Right. So let's march you into that county and see what we can see. Mostly what we can see is that a damn great river runs through here. Okay, let's march you into the next county and see if we can see anything at all. Other than 8 million people joining the defensive pact. Which, to be fair, I do not blame them for. Right. Okay, so let's offload you over there. Let's do it. I think that's the King of Sicily. Whoop, 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 abort, abort. besieging 5.5 fort and a 6.5 fort. I'm just disbanding some of those units because I don't think I need quite that many ships there. Glue you lot together in the hope that one day you will besiege somewhere. Let's leave Telagon in charge in the faint hope once again that get him to acquire some actual martial skills other than standing in front of an army and looking pretty. While we're waiting, can we sell anyone off from the last war? No, we can't. Well, states. Let's glue you lot together. They're waiting for the Croatian lot who have just arrived off the coast and are coming to say hello. Yes, basically as soon as I saw them, slightly more than I'd hoped for. Well. Right, I'm speaking in tongues, which is diplomacy -20.
-20?
I know. Great. Right, let's form a new unit of... Oops, that's a bit big. I mean, I still have 5 whole diplomacy. I can choose an ambition. I can improve my diplomacy. Right, let's try improving my diplomacy. Unfortunately, they're suffering quite hefty attrition besieging Bordeaux, and also it is quite hard to besiege Bordeaux these days. Right, yes, I'm going to do what our Lord commands again. This is going to be great. It's a good job I had lots of diplomacy to start with. I wonder what's caused me to be possessed and speaking in tongues and stuff. Well, some of it is because I went on crusade. Cause
yes, there was some. It was when you found some local customs or something.
Oh yes.
Some crusade you went on.
Right, King of Poland does not like me. Excuse me.
I suspect a major reason why all your vassals don't like you is that your state diplomacy
has just plummeted. And also their vassals have, the levies have been raised for a while. You know, which is giving me like at least a -7 point swing. Okay, raising my personal levies is extraordinarily expensive and I should probably do it less. I should remember to hold them in reserve for, you know, defending...
Yes, because then you can just raise the... They come up with full morale, so
yes.
You can raise them when the enemy is just coming over the horizon.
Yes. Right, 16%. That's getting there. You are a fleet, you're rot that's full of morale. Right, and stick a direct leader in there. Stick a heavy infantry leader on that wing. And stick Geraldo over there. And send you on a little trip over there. For the purposes of fighting the Croatians. Okay. So I can probably split you in half. This half. Can march over there and maybe, you know, zip back to Croatia to help besiege some things. You lot. You've besieged that thing. Let's get you besieging one of the other counties in the target territory, which of course gets me more war score. War score years and 10. You have arrived there, insert on ship. We can ship you straight back over there. Okay, well, we might not need to spend very long on this. Thanks to my great diplomatic skill, the smuggler's ring in Sambia has been destroyed. The head of the last smuggler is now rotting on the on a pike outside the city gates. It's nice, dear. Siege is still boring. Are the rest of my army going to get here before or after I win the war? That is the question. Peasants of Zambia are slowly starting to respect my rule again. I should never let my treasury go negative. I didn't let my treasury go negative. At all points, even when I abandoned ship and paid a massive great fine, I kept my treasury. No.
I wonder if they were... Was that one of the places you recently took over?
Possibly.
I wonder if it was actually the previous ruler
Possibly.
had become unpopular.
Ooh, Pechenek Holy War for Volhynia. Excellent.
So yes, you might want to check that you think they're going to win that.
Well, when I've won this war. Because I don't think I can join in while I'll have got troops raised. Well, I'll check when I've won this war.
Yes, I mean, there is the question of you are already busy, so... Croatia conveniently still gets to keep its Adriatic port.
Yes. %% war score. Well, they got there just in time to finish the siege. Release the otter right now. He's a Poitou, so I shouldn't have to land him.
I think.
Right, let's check.
I was going to say you could check that he's actually your vassal first.
That's true.
So you're definitely of your thing.
Yep.
And go up to Poitou and check his liege is someone else whose liege is Emperor Telagon. Yes,
yep.
right.
Right.
I'm now reasonably confident that based on my understanding of how the rules work,
yep,
he will remain your vassal.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Hooray.
Now a small part of that contain on the Adriatic coast.
That's that. Right. Okay. Well, strategically, this is all looking a lot nicer, in a way. Okay, so he's heir to the county. Of Zachunia.
But that shouldn't be a problem if he's also an heir to a duchy. Unless that county is in a kingdom that doesn't allow inheritance out of the kingdom. But no, even that I don't think is possible.
Well, let's see what happens. I have no idea what should be happening. Well, we're getting there.
you still have an army raised over in Poland.
Whoops. I should have done something with them a while ago. Right, anyway. Let's dismiss them. Let's check that. Right, everything is 0 there. Elective succession in Aqua 10 is not looking so good. Although, frankly, I am not that bothered by it. Is anyone at war with anyone else? Can I actually change any of my goddamn laws? No. Irish Holy War for Connaught. Excellent. We want some of that. Dot state. Well, let's imprison a blasphemous pagan. It's unclear what exactly a blasphemous pagan looks like at the moment. Damn it. Where exactly are you? Okay. Right. So somewhere in there, one of my vassals has, like, 1 county. Also, you're terrifying. Right, let's just assume that anywhere that I actually want to, invade, except France, is part of a defensive pact against me. And possibly Sicily. And Sicily is part of the defensive pact. Right, France and England aren't, though. Okay, there's nothing actually really worth doing that if I lose a bunch of things, because on my death, then I'll just have to put up with losing that and go to Holy War on someone. Possibly not as Puditz, whom we should probably try and arrange to kill by, like, letting him lead armies or something. So, we should have a fair number of troops when we recover our levies a bit. How are we doing financially? We're doing okay. Let's have a look at technology. We haven't looked at technology for a bit. Nowhere near getting any military technology. Nowhere near getting anything castle infrastructure. We can invest in some more majesty. Let's invest in some more majesty. to improve our monthly piety and prestige gain. Or tolerance. Let's reduce our opinion penalty for different religions and cultures. Good, right. My court chaplain is telling me that the pedants are revolting because they're right, well. We're down to only in elective succession, which is progress. Fortunately, I've got a very good spouse. At least for a while. She's got 25 diplomacy. So, that covers a lot of sins. Oh yes, I'm 44% threatening. It is definitely worth sitting down and, chilling out for a bit. Let's let time run faster. I mean, Poitou already looks pretty old and knackered, even though he's just 50. Right, well, I keep losing prestige and gaining piety. Now, holding in Narbonne is under siege, is it now? From whom over what? Okay. You're not at war with me. Ooh. Excellent. Nicked a county. We like any nick counties. Even though that's probably not going to do my threat that much good. I think that was the phone going to sleep. So I should find the thing that causes my phone not to go to sleep or to ungo to sleep. Turns out my phone. Ooh, I've inherited the Kingdom of Aquitaine from Queen Maria the Wise. And I've had an impervious Crusader axe added to my treasury.
I might want to pass that kingdom out as a viceroyalty so it doesn't
I do.
become hereditary.
Ooh. So that improves my heavy foot troops and light cavalry. This improves my heavy infantry. And that's heavy foot troops and light infantry. I'm going to switch to this, I think. Right, anyway, so Kingdom of Aquitaine, you say. What do I have? Right, so Marsan likes me. Probably don't want him. make him viceroy, even though I have just been cheering him up a bit. Let's make you the viceroy of Aquitaine. Right, let's pay to maintain the Crusader Axe. Also inherited some money, how nice. That's quite good. Petroneg Revolt War. Right, well, whatever. Damn it. I've got, more revolting vassals again. I'm letting my threat decay. Let's approve medium crown authority for the viceroyalty of Aquitaine. Let's stare over here at the thing that says no vassals are fighting each other, and go, my vassals are always fighting each other. Oh! Greetings, Emperor Telagon of Aquitaine. I was informed the heathen pope has declared a will to bring crusade to your doorstep. As a fellow Cathar, I pledge to stand by your side when the unfaithful come to take your lands. Signed, the Viceroy of Aquitaine.
Nice.
Okay. Ditto, King of Brittany. Including Khan Khatan. Who the hell are you?
He's a fellow Cathar.
He is a fellow Cathar. I know roughly where Cumania is because I used to own it. But yeah, that's like a million miles away, so you're not the most helpful co-religionist. Well, I suppose I can always convert. In
Proper Albigensian crusade though, you own Albi and everything.
I know. Good. Right, the Viceroy of Ireland has, come in. Don't think they've won Connaught yet. Wow. Right.
You might want to arrange that you don't have whatever the penalty is that comes from wrong types of holding in your domain before. So I think it's mostly a couple of bishoprics that are the problem.
Yeah. Oh, those counties are showing up as the wrong type because they're actually tribes.
So it has a stone hill fort, so I think that means you can right click on it and say, oh, but it probably has to be the right religion, doesn't it? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we've had this before, so you have to send your
chaplain.
You either have to send your chaplain out there, or you have to grant the land to someone who can do that themselves.
Well, I could create the duchy and then, because I do have now enough money to create the duchy.
Probably want to find someone who's already Cathar
Cathar.
who can be converted to Catharism.
Yes. So maybe let's have a look in my court.
Some junior offspring or some such might be.
Oh yeah. So here's all. So I could give it to him, my grandson, who is, I think, going to be in the line of succession, and he is a Cathar, so we can give him. Insert random county here.
Is Zambia out in the right direction? What counties have you got a county out there?
Yeah, Zambia's in the right direction.
Making the Duke.
Make him Duke of Prussia.
Include lower titles. Should mean yes. Right.
Yep.
And now it's his problem to convert everyone over there.
Yes.
He's now got the wrong type of holding in domain.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe he hasn't. He's turned into a high chief. Well, that's not really a serious problem either.
Yeah.
He'll dislike you eventually because you're the wrong kind of government.
But yeah. But that's going to take a little while for...
But he'll also be trying to upgrade to feudalism.
Yes. Cordova has gone Cathar. That's good. And he'll also be converting his populace, which will be an improvement. So when is the crusade due to start? January 1313. I'll probably stop for the night before then. If I need to have a think. And I probably shouldn't go to any wars before then. Right, let's buy my wife a buzzard. Oh, do I have anyone that I can persuade that they wish to form an alliance with me? Although I'm going to say that is going to look pretty unlikely. Right, well, the Grand Princess of Murom wishes to form an alliance with me. Unfortunately, she only has 1,500 troops, but you know, that's still better than no troops. Can I play as a doge, or do I need more DLC?
You need the Republic for that.
Right, I need more DLC. Well, I'm slowly acquiring bits of Norway. Bit by bit. So we do have papal states at the moment. So it's possibly there that I should look at being able to invade at the end. Well, you know, the time comes for a crusade. My tribal vassal, Duke thingy, Paranude of Prussia has become feudal. Brilliant. That's what we wanted.
Now rapidly organising everything.
So
his regent is.
well, his regent is better than anyone in his immediate family, so, you know, it's not completely terrible. Ooh, he's been doing a lot of building. Surprised he had the cash, really. Well, not anymore.
Well, if you can convert somewhere to feudalism, you get free holding with it. And then you get a free
Right.
church and city.
No, I'm not going to plot to kill a random courtier. I mean, if I could plot to kill my own son, I'd be, you know, much more inclined to do that on the grounds that he's hopeless. Right, I think... well, let's run up to the end of the year so I don't have too much time to dither. My levies are about as good a state as they're going to get. We're back to having an independence faction, but that's not the world's biggest problem. So we're now getting a reasonable spread of Catharnus in Aquitaine itself, and bits of Brittany, and indeed some of Spain. A bit of... no, let's grab the gold from Stonehenge. I might need it. Ireland is now pretty solidly Cathar. And we're working on... oh, I've inherited Galicia, Volhynia. Galicia, right, okay. Sure. Still have useless commanders. Let's invite God. Excellent. So I've appointed a new viceroy for Galicia Volhynia and got her to convert to Catharism. Obviously this may be... Oh, now she's pledged to join me in the crusade. Isn't that nice of her? Ooh, another bit of Ireland has gone Cathar. Right. Okay, it's 13:13. I think it is time to save and stop and contemplate, maybe tomorrow, how we can possibly win a crusade. I mean, I think I know how I can not lose a crusade, viz. By going, you know what? Catholicism sounds great. But I'm not want to avoid doing that if I can. Good night, stream.
Good night.